Assalamu alaikum dear students and dear viewers. The video is meant for class 12th education students and our today's topic is philosophy of Dr Zakir Hussain. पिछले वीडियो में हमने डिस्कस किया लाइफ स्केच ऑफ डॉक्टर जाकिर हुसैन। तो हमने उसके बारे में पढ़ा कि डॉक्टर जाकिर हुसैन वाज बोर्न ऑन 8 February 1897 at Hyderabad in the present state of Andhra Pradesh. Dear students, जहाँ तक philosophy of डॉक्टर जाकिर हुसैन का ताल्लुक़ है, philosophy जो है of Dr. Zakir Hussain can be studied in terms of certain parameters. Now, number first जो है that is reality. Dear students, Dr. Zakir Hussain कहते हैं the universe is real. It's like a living organism having body or soul. जिस तरह एक इंसान है या कोई भी लिविंग ऑर्गेनिज्म है जिसकी बॉडी और सोल है, इसी तरह डॉक्टर जाकिर हुसैन कहते हैं कि यूनिवर्स जो है इट इज़ लाइक ए लिविंग ऑर्गेनिज्म हैविंग बॉडी एंड सोल. There is a reality of two words, material world and spiritual world. Material world is the world of senses. It is the body of the universe. It is apprehended through senses and through the study of sciences. It deals with substance. It is a temporal, pole and human concern. Spiritual world is the soul of the universe. It is primarily the soul which moves the universe. It is real. It is the real world of external nature. Dear students, it is apprehended by mind. It is the central core of personality and the final reality. The world of soul explains the essence. Spiritualism is realized by ideas. Ideas are created in the mind of a man. Dr. Zakir Hussain favored the realization of the spiritual world. He did not want to have the carving for material things. Number second is man. Dr. Zakir Hussain had profound faith in man. Man is not a mere atom but a symbol of humanity. ये डॉक्टर जाकिर हुसैन कहते हैं इंसान जो है he is a symbol of humanity and its hopes and dreams, love and service of man regardless of distinction of caste or creed was his first article of faith. He wanted a cultured man rather than an authentic man. He was in favor of economic order in which barriers do not exist between the rich and the poor. ये डॉक्टर जाकिर हुसैन कहते हैं, डॉक्टर जाकिर हुसैन बिलीव करते हैं in the principle of individuality. Each individuality determines his own system of values, ends and interests as a result of his reaction to the environment. Dear students, in the words of Zakir Hussain, the average individual has no self, no inner identity, nothing in him that can be esteemed as a unique. He wanted to revive the past glory of man. Education, in the words of Dr. Zakir Hussain, must give moral purpose to man's life, his institution and to the state as a whole. Number third point is mind. Dr. Zakir Hussain कहते हैं कि mind जो है it is the source, fear, suspicion, bitterness and total annihilation can be wiped out through the proper cultivation of mind. Dr. Zakir Hussain कहते हैं कि the cultivation of mind through the goods of culture. Goods of culture are the intellectual and moral values of the mind objectified. A highly cultivated mind would bring about a balance between a material world and spiritual world. Man's mind should have peace. It should be developed to tap its resources and enlarge its powers for the best utilization of its capacities in every field of knowledge, life and education. Number fourth point is knowledge. Dear students, knowledge is a great power. It cultivates the mind. It gives insight into goods of culture. Hence, we must possess rich knowledge. Dr. Zakir Hussain emphasized two types of knowledge. Number first is knowledge of substance, which means knowledge of substance is given by science. There is no future for us without science and technology. Dr. Zakir Hussain कहते हैं कि there is no future for us without science and technology. The establishment of a paradise on earth can be hoped through science. Number second is knowledge of essence. Knowledge of essence is given by social science of human culture. Knowledge of the essence involves knowledge of the qualities, of the purpose, the origin, and the end of the object. It involves knowledge of its totality, of the context which it makes the structural context, its what and how, and the biggest context in which it has a place, the relational context, its events, whether and why. Dear students, number next point is values. Dr. Zakir Hussain stood for the best values of Indian culture. He commended values like selfless service, secularism, and democracy. He had firm belief in absolute values of truth, beauty, and goodness. According to him, mind is the source of these eternal and absolute values. In the words of Dr. Zakir Hussain, education is the truest sense of the word, is helping the mind of the educated to experience these absolute moral and intellectual values, so that they in turn urge him on to be committed to realize them as best as he may in his work and in his life. Dear students, the absolute or higher value have a sense of permanence, absolute worth and validity. There are determining forces in life. Man's moral and spiritual being propels to absolute values. These values give meaning and contentment to absolute values. These values give meaning and contentment to life. The development of these values is the main function of education. Mind experiences these values through goods of culture like art and architecture, languages, literature, science, technology, great philosophers and personalities, moral and legal codes, religions and customs, history and mythology, and several other things that influence its pattern of thinking and its manner of living. Number next point is faith in past and future. Dear students, Dr. Zakir Hussain जो है, like Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, Dr. Zakir Hussain affirmed his faith in the past. He said, यानी Dr. Zakir Hussain कहते हैं, the future has to be built on the foundations laid in the past, and break with its completely is to uproot ourselves and shapeless dry up. The future will indeed be shallow or empty if we ignore or forget our past. We must keep our past inheritance, and we must deprive inspiration from it. Education must recognize its true relationship not only with the past and the present but also with the future. There is no future for us without science and technology. Science has opened up possibilities in general evidence. Dear students, number next point is goods of culture. Dr. Zakir Hussain कहते हैं कि Dr. Zakir Hussain जो है वो believe करते हैं that mind can experience absolute values through contact with goods of culture. These goods, cultural goods, are the products of the society and are represented by its science and technology, art and literature, religions and customs, etc., etc. The goods of culture educate the man's moral values of mind objectified. They are the expressions of man's moral and spiritual beings. The goods of culture educate the mind and accelerate human development. They were first products of culture. Cultivated minds had produced them. They now cultivate minds, educate them. Number next point is faith in power with morality. Dear students, Dr. Zakir Hussain जो है, he recognized the importance of combining power with morality. and science and ethics. The scientists and technologists must not forget the social references and moral commitments. ये डॉक्टर जाकिर हुसैन कहते हैं, they should not remain hidden behind the growing mass of material and machines. They must come out in the open to understand and appreciate the urges and aspirations, the limitations, and the faith and hope of their fellow beings. Dear students, in the field of science and technology would need moral orientations. Dr. Zakir Hussain feels the impelling need that science college, besides specializing in the domain of science, engineering, and technology, should acquaint their students with social science and humanities. Next point is sensitiveness to human obligations. Dr. Zakir Hussain was sensitive to large human obligations. Dear students, to quote him, our country will not seek its prosperity at the cost of others' destruction, its progress at the cost of others' decline, its strength at the cost of their weakness, and its freedom at the cost of their slavery. The individual will devote himself to the services of the community and country with its fully developed potentialities and resources, to the services of mankind. Dear students, तो ये थी some parameters regarding the philosophy of Dr. Zakir Hussain. तो आज के लिए इतना ही. कल हम डिस्कस करेंगे एजुकेशनल फिलॉसफी ऑफ डॉक्टर जाकिर हुसैन. थैंक्स.